San Francisco 49ers Kyle Shanahan has revealed who will be the starting quarterback against the Arizona Cardinals. And as you can see pictured on the screen, that is going to be Joshua Dobbs. Now, what I need Kyle Shanahan to do is jump into a time machine and make this announcement for the Week 12 game against the Green Bay Packers. All jokes aside, I'm glad Josh Dobbs is going to be able to get the opportunities to start against his former team, to be able to get some tape out there so maybe he can, be brought in as a potential bridge quarterback for some other team next season. But in all honesty, it's just real unfortunate because when the 49ers needed a game and they needed to win, they opted to go with Brandon Allen in a frigid, cold game where we knew throwing was going to be difficult. And you probably needed a quarterback to be able to make some plays outside of structure. Well, that's not Brandon Allen's game. And that's who they opted to go with. And unfortunately, we know what the outcome was. Now, it's not like Brandon Allen played terribly bad in that game. I thought he was actually pretty decent. But I think that's the point, is he's decent. We needed a guy who can make plays outside of the pocket, and that's ultimately where the 49ers lost that game, was inside the pocket because of the pocket collapsing and the quarterback not being able to escape or make plays outside of structure. And we knew that was going to be the outcome with what we had seen so far this year. So, it is what it is at this point. But, hey, clearly still sticks with me a little bit. But, hey, it is what it is. I'm sure Josh will play well. There's also big time injury report for today's practice. This one, it is a Wednesday practice after a Monday Night Football game. So I think it's less about, anything. And honestly, I'm sure you guys actually wouldn't mind that these guys aren't practicing. But as you can see, it's a pretty star-studded list of players who won't be practicing today. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Colton McKivitz, Diamador Lenore, Leonard Floyd, Nick Bosa, Isaac Yadam. All will not be playing, or I guess practicing today. So, it is what it is. I don't know if what it's going to look like for these guys playing this week against the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know. I kind of expect George to play if he can, because I know George wants to get a new contract, so that's something that we'll have to potentially cross that bridge here pretty soon. Deebo, Bosa, Diamador, we'll see. If there's any risk of them potentially being injured, then I would say there's no point. Colton McKivitz, he popped up on the injury report last week, but he was able to play. So I think you would want him to play, considering the fact that you just need offensive linemen at this point. So we'll see how this kind of plays out throughout the week. Clearly, the 49ers are playing for pride at this point against the Arizona Cardinals. So not a lot to play for, unfortunately. But we'll see if the 49ers opt to go, rest a couple guys and, make sure that they just don't get injured, because obviously I think that is the number one key. We kind of got a little bit of a scare with Brock Purdy. It's probably why Brock Purdy isn't going to be playing in this game, is because he got his elbow hurt on the final play of the game that he was in against the Lions. So you don't want things like that to happen. You don't want a star to potentially go down, knock on wood, with a very severe injury on the final game of a meaningless, not only meaningless season, but definitely meaningless game. So I think they got to be careful here. I get it. There's pride on the line. It's their job. But I think also their job is weighing risk reward and going through the list of like, all right, what's the risk? What's the reward here of playing these guys? With like every guy on this list, probably doesn't need to play. If they plan on being a part of the San Francisco 49ers next year, they probably don't need to play. And it's probably not worth risking injury. And knowing the 49ers luck, something crazy would happen. I'm just knocking on wood this whole video. So I'm just saying. I'm not speaking into existence. I'm just saying. Knock on wood, as we say it. Knocking on wood this whole video. So we'll see what happens. And I don't know. You guys let me know. Should the 49ers rest them all, play them? What do you think about Josh Dobbs starting? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.